If you would have saw that one, actually throw the whole gift away. So you're not getting it. I'm like Beyonce, scrap it,
Scrap it.
scrap it.
You know, it might be a pair of shoes, might be a bag or something like that. You know,
hmm
there's no real thought behind it. You know,
Unless she's a bad girly, then that makes a lot of sense.
a
You be exaggerating. No,
couple
it's
weeks.
not a couple weeks. This should be called boy math because
Boy,
welcome back to Millennial Minds. I'm Amber,
I'm Chris.
and together we are creme brulee. So we're at the end of the year. How are you feeling about about December coming and going so quickly?
Well, I will say this. I did have one of the best Christmases um in recent memory. You
Did
know,
you?
yeah. So like, I will have to go back to my like early adolescence. You know, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there.
What made it so like? Why was it like?
Family, family. I think it's always good to be. It's always good to be around family. R- Mainly yours. You know, you
You
have.
met some of my fun family this holiday season.
Yes, yes. I will say this year, of course, I met your dad, his brothers. I met his sister. Um, you know, that side of the family, and you know, getting to meet your mom's side of the family was also great this year. So next year, definitely, we're gonna have to meet.
We'll reverse the roles.
Exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, but we'll have to do the traveling. You know, which is, I mean, it's right up our wheelhouse. We need to be very careful with this.
Yeah, for anyone
I,
who's watching or listening, we're wearing matching pajamas.
yes, we are.
And we turned one of our ottomans into a table and our coffee's on it. So I almost kicked it.
Yeah. We needed a little afternoon pick me up. The coffee this morning wasn't getting it done.
It was good though.
It was good. It was good. It's just, you know, I think around this time on this type of day, it's so gloomy
It's been
outside.
very gloomy. It
Yeah.
Tennessee has been really wearing me out
Yeah.
because we went from 20 degrees and then to 71. Like literally was 71 degrees on Christmas, which is wild. Which week before or a week before that it was like 20 degrees.
And considering your family's from Ohio, this is probably like new
They
for
just feel
them.
just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're enjoying it, is what I'm saying.
No, I hear that. It's just I'm sure it's a shock too, you know,
Yeah.
because they're used to their winters being at least 4 months long. You know, for us, it's like what, a month,
No, it's like 2 months. Let's
couple
not, you
weeks,
be exaggerating. It's no,
couple
it's
weeks.
not a couple weeks. This should be called boy math because
Boy, math,
yeah, just
another
like girls have girl math,
another term.
we need boy math because you be shortening durations and extending durations by like a lot. I would say we still have at least 2 months of like January and February
Are
are
you
gonna get
saying?
real.
Are you saying I'm never in the ballpark?
No, you don't ever be in the ballpark. You always say, "Oh yeah, a few weeks ago, it was literally last week."
Don't do me like
You
that.
do that. You do that all the time. He's like, "Oh yeah, we went there like 2 months ago. It was literally last month."
Well, let me be very clear about this. We are a couple days away from the new year, right? Is my
hmm
math correct there?
Yes, your math is correct on being a couple of days to the new year. Speaking of new year, I know you asked me about the bay leaves and like we do like a whole thing come New Year's or whatnot.
Hold on, baby, before you
Oh,
get
oh
into
my
it.
gosh. Okay, I'm trying to get right into it. You know, this is quick, but
Well,
you're out of here.
I mean, I would love to know how you felt about Christmas.
Um, I really enjoyed it. I really liked. We took holiday pictures, so
Yes, we
it was
did.
it was such a surprise. Why we have matching why we have matching pajamas is because my mother took it upon herself to say, "Hey, we're doing this. We're all gonna wear matching pajamas and we're going to enjoy it and we're going to have fun." And so she went and bought the matching pajamas. It was me, my grandma, my aunt, my mom, you. And so just the pictures that we ended up taking, they all turned out so freaking adorable.
Hmm.
So that was like a highlight from Christmas. And then I think also just because it is far and few between that we see our family from Ohio,
Hmm.
it's always nice to just have those moments of connection and laughs. And we
Yes,
played
yes.
Hood Charades, which was a new addition to the games that we have in our collection. So that was hilarious. My grandma not knowing
How to walk it out.
half the words on the card and just making up her own thing as she goes. She was so much fun. She is so much fun. So it was just nice to have everyone here and literally be merry.
She was my favorite.
Okay.
She was
See,
my
it's just
favorite.
like when we go to the plants, like you like that isn't said out loud. Like, oh yeah, she's my favorite. Just like you make the plants feel bad when you talk about your favorites. Like you can't.
Do we need to go there?
I'm just saying you do that all the
Because
time and you give preferential treatment to the plants
because
and they can feel it because they're living. Okay? We love them all equally.
I do. However,
You
they
don't.
will never hear me talk bad about them.
I don't talk bad about them. I just share the frustrations that I have with some of them.
You need to keep it quiet
Okay.
because they can hear
Okay,
you.
so you enjoyed grandma this year.
Yes, I
She's a
did.
hoot.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. She's very spry. The word
I don't know, is that the word?
spry.
Do we
She's very.
like testing your
Yeah,
vocabulary?
I think it's
Because we do.
yeah. So she's very spry. You already told me that she's a water drinker, which is very good. She stays active, so she's not just sitting around watching TV. Even though I'm sure she has her moments and days, right? But
For context, my grandma is 70,
70 years old,
70 years old,
and she was moving,
and she be moving.
and I think if she did know to walk it out, then she would have done
She
it.
would have done it. She was doing a whole lot of everything else. She was doing some shaking and moving for all the cards. So
Good lord,
I do recommend if you are looking for a game, this, just with family, charades of some type is always a fun game to bring out because it is hilarious.
right,
So that was fun.
right.
Um, and of course, just spending time.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was
really
good.
just enjoyed spending time, and
It was good.
we'll go hang out with them before they head back.
Yes, we will.
So
Hmm.
yeah, but that was like I think like the highlight. I think another highlight actually
Talk to me.
was when you open your gift that I made for you, like the sweatshirt.
You made three, baby. Okay, so
I just
you
be
said the
making stuff.
sweatshirt. Okay.
I just be making stuff like because I feel like it's a way of expressing deep love and
Mm.
appreciation and like being thoughtful. And so I made a sweatshirt for context. I went to Canva. Everybody loved Canva and went to Canva, made a design for this sweatshirt, which was like us being cartoonified.
Yes.
And I used actual pictures
Mhm.
of us that I knew you would recognize.
Mhm.
And I made it into a comic strip with like the comic um talking thingies or whatever,
Yes.
like boom,
Yes.
bam, pow, like that kind of thing.
Love the gift.
And so when you opened it and you were just like, because I guess, because I was working really hard on this design too. I think that was probably another highlight.
Now, you also made a shirt,
I did make a shirt.
right, with your silhouette,
Mhm.
right, and the moon's in the background.
Mhm.
Okay, I call you the moon of my life.
Mhm.
I'm your sun and stars.
Mhm.
So, my question to you is, which one would you have been upset? Like if I didn't see the moon and the moon shirt, right? If I didn't see that one, I didn't see the design, you didn't give it to me early. Which
Mhm.
one would you have been more upset about if I had saw the design?
Probably that one, the cartoon
The
one,
cartoon one.
because that
Okay.
one was like I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." I know he likes cartoons. Well, not cartoons. I know you like the superhero theme,
The comics, yes.
yeah. So I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be so perfect." If you would have saw that one, actually throw the whole gift away. So you're not getting it. I'm like Beyonce,
Scrap it.
scrap it, not happening.
Get it
I
out
would
of
have
here.
it would have thrown the whole gift away, and we had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I really enjoyed that gift. Like
and
giving that made me feel
and
really
this
good.
is this is a balance that we have because the gifts that I got you, or
Mhm.
honestly, since we've been together, I will say that early on, I was
Mhm.
definitely getting you some random
You
stuff.
yeah.
But after spending more time with you and getting to know you on this level, right? And
Mhm.
I'm sure there's more that I need to know, but
I think it's
the
key that I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think it's key that you said on this level because
mm,
we've known each other for so long, but never in the capacity that we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we've always been friends, we've always had care, but where we are right now is just a different level of, I think, intimacy and togetherness that we haven't shared.
yes,
Like it's been underlining.
there's still a lot of exploration
Yeah,
there,
there's still so much that we still don't know. But I think at this level, it's like we're learning to know each other just at a deeper level because we've been in this space
Hmm.
what year and a half going on 2. So
Yeah.
it's like this is still new for us even though we have a relationship and we've known each other and had care for each other, we haven't gone to this depth
Right.
as well.
Right. And so I will say when you first told me that you are not someone that likes receiving gifts. Like
It's not that I don't
hold
like
on,
receiving gifts.
let me clear it up. Let me clear it up because
Okay,
I know it
clear it
sounds
up
crazy.
please.
But when you told me you were like, "Hey," because the easiest thing, right? And there's no I mean, I guess you could say that there's thought behind it, but it's really not. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry. There's really not any thought behind it, right? Like, I'm gonna get her this perfume, or get her a pair of earrings or something like that. Something very, very materialistic
Hmm.
that I had to learn, and I learned it the hard way. It's not like you rejected a gift or anything like that, but knowing that and seeing, seeing some of the stuff that you've received, right? Like your dad's gift,
Yes.
very incredible,
Oh, oh.
very incredible.
For context, it was my graduation photos put inside of one of those crystal thingies that lights up and it came with a matching keychain.
Hmm.
So thoughtful, it's so beautiful and it's just something I just did not expect.
Right.
And it was just yeah.
And the stuff that you get me.
Mhm.
So I, in turn, have to look and think, right? Because I don't think my level of creativity does not get there. Like it's one of those like maybe, maybe, but I'll have to spend like a lot of time thinking about it, right? I'm
Yeah.
not sure how long you took to craft the sweatshirt or the t-shirt or anything like that.
Well, you were sitting with me right there that morning in the living room.
And
What are you
well,
talking about?
maybe not
It took a
spending
few
time,
hours.
maybe not crafting it, but the idea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How long did that take you, right? Like that's the problem that I would have. So in turn I would have to really think and like figure out a way to create something for you.
Mhm.
And I think that was so beautiful, right? Like you even got me the Chicago Bulls booklet, right? With all the newspaper clippings and all that stuff. I love the idea,
Mhm.
you know? And most recently, the Monstera cup,
Mhm.
you know? I understand you like Monsteras. I got you the little rug over there. Like that kind of stuff is like, okay, I know this is exactly what she likes. So I'm just kind of turning it up a notch. You've been talking about the silk road for a minute, right? And
Mhm.
so I end up getting you silk.
Right.
There's other things like maybe I know you wouldn't have a problem with the material items,
Mhm.
like
I
none
mean,
of
I
that.
would say that those would be material items. I think for me, like I said this before, was
But wouldn't you want something created? Not to cut you off, but wouldn't you want something created?
not necessarily. I think the idea behind gift giving is the thoughtfulness behind it. And again,
Mm,
how it enriches my life or the lives of those that I'm gifting it to. Right. So if I get a book because I know you enjoy reading, it's not just getting a book, it's getting a book in a genre about something that I know you enjoy that you can get lost in this story.
right.
Or, right? that I know can add to your collection, that I know you'll be appreciative and
Oh
it's going to
well.
give you something.
Well, side note, baby, I hope the book that I got you enjoy. All right. Because it looked like some of these thrillers that you've been reading over the past couple months have just been
Been hit.
50%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's been hitting.
Been
Like
50%.
my book reads laid out, and I have just been so disappointed
Mm.
with except Toni Morrison's Sula. That has probably been the best book that I've been reading. So I'm just actually going to go to the next Toni Morrison book, Home, and we're going to pick up from there because the others just have not been
You
hitting the
may need a
way.
break from that genre.
Well, those aren't thrillers though. We've gotten off topic. Those aren't thrillers though
How we get off topic?
because we were not talking about books. But I think that the point that I'm making is that I would like the gifts that I'm giving to others and the gifts that I'm receiving to be something that's enriching to them or to me. And so a silk robe is a material thing. However, the reason I wanted a silk robe is because it feels very feminine. It feels very sexy. It
Mm.
makes me feel really good and just cared for when I put it on. So that's the reason why I want a silk robe,
Because
but it's still material.
think about this, right? Past relationships
Hmm.
it might be a pair of shoes, might be a bag or something like that.
Hmm.
There's no real thought behind it. It's just okay. I see this bag, get it for blah blah blah.
Unless she's a bad girly, then that makes a lot of
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense. However, for you, I'm having to like pause.
Because I'm not a bad girly.
Not even that. It's just and I use the Monstera cup as an example, right? Because when I saw it, I was at work and I was like scrolling through, just looking for Monstera items,
Hmm.
like something cute. And I saw the cup and it was so amazing to see, right? Like it
Like,
looked
how do you
so
make these?
it was so good looking. I was just like, "Oh, she's going to love this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I bought it right then and there and the person next to me they were like, "What are you looking at?" And I told them what it was. And sure enough, they were like, "Oh, that is nice. That is nice. She's gonna love this, man." And she was like, she was just like, "Oh yeah, I think she will. She will." And I was just like, "I know she will." And it felt so good,
Yeah.
because I know it's something that you are going to use.
Yes.
You want useful items. I think
I
that is
like useful.
really useful items.
Yeah.
Something that, and I told a friend of mine, because when I told him about the silk robe, I told him I was like, "Hey, I was like, she would prefer timeless pieces.
Yes.
Like, imagine a really like for us, right, guys? So I was like, imagine a really good watch.
Yes.
Something that you can wear for not ever, but like
I mean, yeah, 10,
years,
15 years, you have the same wash.
almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
Imagine a really nice pea coat.
Hmm.
Some really, really, really good shoes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that kind of stuff is like so that's where the idea for the robe came. It's just like I need to get her something timeless that will stand the test of time and that she will absolutely love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
think that the goal when it comes to gift giving is it should be more than something that is generic. And I think that's where I
exactly.
have the problem.
Bag shoes,
Yeah.
that's generic for me.
And it may be, and what's generic to one person is not generic to the other person, and so I think that's where you add that second layer of meaning and care is adding in the qualities of the person.
Can I big you up right now?
Can
It,
you what?
can I big you up right
What you
now?
gonna big me up about?
That's generic for you.
What? It is generic for me.
Exactly.
Also, if you know me, then you know that I'm a big saver. You
Yes.
know that I'm a frugal woman.
Yes.
I enjoy experiences over things.
Hmm.
Those are just generally in my life. I just don't see a lot of meaning in those things. That's not to say that they're bad things. I think, again, good and bad are arbitrary. I think it's really what matters to what is a priority for the person or their personality. Also, if you know me, you know that like I have like a very analytical mind. So even when it comes to the creative things that I've done for you, it's not that creativity just is something that's oozing out of my pores. No, I have to think to be we're not pulling an office situation where you pan to the camera, sir.
No, baby. We're
No.
pulling in a bot.
Okay.
Abbott.
Oh my God.
A bot.
Not in a bot. Wow.
I always pronounce that wrong.
You do. But it does take me time to think creatively. However, it just seems that get I get to that creative point maybe quicker than you do, but it doesn't mean that I just am overflowing with creativity. If anything, it's more so me thinking about you
About to say the
and
person.
how you would receive that or how it would be enriching to you.
Too bad I didn't go to work on Friday because I definitely would have wore the crew neck.
Well, you can wear it on Monday.
I would have wore that muff. I would have wore.
You can wear it on Monday. Like there's no rush. You can actually wear it as many times as you like
I
because
might wear it
it's
tonight.
wearable.
Low key.
That's so cute. I can wear your t-shirt. Is that too much? Does that look vain if I walk in with a t-shirt with my face on it? Does that look terrible? Because it was actually made for
Well,
you.
maybe we need to switch. Maybe we need to
Yeah, maybe we
switch.
should switch. Yeah,
I
because
wear
that
the
looks
shirt. I
crazy.
wear the shirt. You wear the crew neck.
That looks crazy. That's fun.
My goodness.
So I was thinking too, like just with the end of the year, there are there's all of these wrap ups happening.
Wrap ups.
Yeah, as far as like I thought it would be cool to kind of talk about the shift in
You said wrap ups. I instantly thought music, but okay.
well, I mean that too, but kind of like the 2025 wrap ups as far as music and I think also I thought about content. You know, we watch a lot of videos and things like that and I thought it'd be a good topic to jump into as far as the influencers and things that we've seen and all that kind of stuff and kind of how we're seeing like a shift that's happening like what would be your prediction about the content that we're going to see in 2026 versus a lot of the consumer content we've been seeing in 2025. I feel like 2025 was like year of consumerism, right? And so I'm hoping that there's like a shift. But I wanted to see like what your thoughts were going to be as far as what you're hoping to see more of on your timeline.
I want you to go first because I can't really give you an answer right now.
Mhm.
It's not that I don't believe that there will be a shift. It's just the ones that we've highlighted on this pod,
Mhm.
the ones that think a lot of people are sort of, getting annoyed by and,
Mhm.
watching on a regular basis. I don't believe that that shift is coming for them. I think they know what works at this point, and they're going to continue to do it. And honestly, I feel like they're going to double down in 26.
Do
Yeah,
you really?
I do feel that way. I don't because, and I know I've said this the last like 4 days,
Mhm.
but content straitjacket.
You have been beating a dead horse with this
It's gonna
content straight
land, It's
jacket.
gonna land.
My gosh.
It's gonna land.
Okay, what is it? Tell me what the content
So
straight jacket
I
is.
believe, right? I believe that these influencers, content creators, I
Mhm.
believe that they are now occupying one lane and they're having to stay there in order to garner that attention. Who was it, the lady that was just complaining about one video not getting the amount of views that she was expecting?
Jacqueline Hill.
What did she do in that video that was different than the other ones?
What do you mean?
So did she do anything differently, or was it the same type of content? It just people did not watch it like she was expecting.
Let me not speculate. I think that what she was saying was that it wasn't reaching her audience because of the algorithm,
Okay.
where really it wasn't, it was reaching her audience, they just didn't care, which sucks.
Yeah.
And we watched our girl Hannah Alonso with the beige
Hmm.
background. We like her a lot.
Yeah.
And we were watching her, and she was kind of saying that Your followers have shown you or told you what it is that they want to see. And so it's not so much as kind of like what we were getting at before, it's not so much as it's the meaning behind the content and it's the way in which you're displaying wealth and things
Mm,
versus the content that platformed you to begin with. And so, separate from your point, I don't believe that creators are going to have to stay in one lane.
okay.
I don't believe that. I believe that you can expand your
Okay.
lane, similar
Okay.
to building new channels, driving audiences to those channels. I believe that you can do those things. But however, there is an element that should stay within your content for those viewers who have started seeing you from your humble beginnings, and that was the content that they wanted to see. And if it still makes sense, then still create it, or even or show the personalities, do the blogs, whatever,
Hmm.
right? And it can't just be that, oh, I don't like making this type of content anymore, forget those people. Maybe it's more so, I'll make a video here and there for those viewers,
Right.
and I'll also put energy into this other platform that focuses more on things that I have interest in and can expand my audience reach to new viewers.
Okay. I get that. What I'm saying is that
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't think that they will, and I don't think that they necessarily want to. But we'll see. We'll see. It's just a
You're
prediction.
saying that you
I
don't
I
think that they
think that
want to what?
to not so you said to expand their audience, right?
Yeah, it's like to create new channels. For example, I always go back to Jackie on it because I think she did it so great. But creating a space for your luxury girlies
Okay.
as a sub niche of your overall beauty content. If anything, I feel like you should want to do that so that you can satisfy all of your audiences
Hmm.
and continue to reach more people, because there's a whole the subsection of people who are watching luxury is a whole nother audience that you maybe haven't tapped into
Right.
versus the girlies who like to see makeup tutorials, right? Versus the girlies who like to see home cleaning content.
Hmm.
Like those are all different types of audiences that you can tap into. So I don't know why,
Why they wouldn't?
yeah, why you wouldn't want to be able to, and especially if it's something you have interest
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's just I think some of these creators, I think that they're too deep into it,
in.
and so
I get that.
um, I goodness,
They've kind of like pigeonholed themselves into like
yeah,
a
like
niche.
I
Yeah.
had to catch myself because I didn't want to be disrespectful. I don't know them,
Right, right. We
but
don't know these people allegedly, allegedly. Okay.
but if yeah, I mean, if it's a look, guess I can use an example. If it's a guy who makes strictly
Meal
content,
prep.
yeah, meal prep, right? Like I don't think that they'll like everything is made with chicken.
Mhm.
I don't think that they'll actually expand
Mhm.
and start trying new recipes, or get like even the smallest, like oh, excuse me, even the smallest stuff. Like I don't think that they'll do that. I think that they'll try to double down in 26 because I think when you get to that point, when you get to that point, see, clearly something was working,
Mhm.
and
It's
so
paying the bills too at
Y
this point.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, even though you want to expand your audience or take care of all of these subsections of your audience, right? And just make content for these people that you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Instead of doing that, it's just like, well, y'all going to accept whatever I put out, and I think that 26 will probably be their way of doubling down.
Do you think that we'll see a downfall then of if they double down?
Well,
Because people double down all the
I mean, look, as many times as I have said content straitjacket, you've also
time.
said the pendulum swings. So
Yes.
it may not be in 26, but 27 may look completely different for these people,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, like, yeah, I think so. And truth be told, um, Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Truth be told, look, I thought you was gonna
No,
tell us the truth.
no, it was because I was going to bring up Chappelle, right? And what I saw on like the subreddit for stand up,
Hmm.
and how people felt about him, kind of having this braggy, brash tone,
Hmm.
especially when he was talking about buying all the property in Ohio. Right?
Hmm.
That could be an exaggeration, but hey,
But
he's a
he probably
comedian.
bought a lot of the town. I mean, like honestly, I don't see that as being far fetched for him as
he
a
left
person who likes
he left
to.
the supermarket.
Yeah, like he. Hey,
But see, but people feel like, hey, him talking about that is tone deaf, right? And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, well, Chappelle may only give us a special every 2 years, so of course, we'll wait for the next one. But if you're someone who still like who does the exact same thing, just in a different way, right? Like
Mhm.
we saw the lady with the honey bottles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why lie to us about where you got this and what you're doing? Nobody's going to do 10 bottles of honey in a month.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
And
Yeah.
and we found the bottles on Amazon.
Yeah.
Same amount, 5.99. Why lie?
I think that's really what gets
And
me.
so instead of just being honest with us and letting us know, hey, this is what I'm doing, you're creating a video and it looked good. It looked good.
Right.
You're putting everything in these
It
bottles.
was
Or
very
what was
cute.
it? Paint?
Yeah, it
You're
was
putting
like
the
the
paint.
paint and the
You're putting
honey.
the paint in
Yeah.
the bottles. Cool, right? However, you felt the need to let us know that you and your family went through 10 bottles of honey. What are you making with that? You highlighted that. What are you making with 10 bottles of honey? I brought ours in just to show you how much we went through. And I
We've
can't
had
even
some
remember the
months.
last time we bought that bottle. So it's like, what? So yeah, I think that they'll just double down. Like I just think that
They'll continue to lie directly to our faces and call it something different until more people
yes,
snap out of
yes,
the.
come on. Like they're
Yeah.
I think that I don't know how much money they're making. I don't know the kind of attention that is, garnering, but I am very realistic about this. So I think there's a lot of people that can be stubborn. And when
Hmm.
you're making something like that, like it's almost like the musicians, right? Like we want something different from them
Hmm.
throughout, right? We want
And
them
yet,
we want you to grow with us,
yeah,
provide us content, right? Like imagine if one of the artists, she's got like 4 kids, a husband. Like imagine
she said she
I
was
love I
single.
love Sierra, right? Imagine if Sierra was out here telling us that she in the club every night.
Like
She, so it's like, come on.
when really you go home to your husband and 4 kids and have a wholesome meal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's you feel like they'll feel the need that, hey, this is what worked for me,
Hmm.
and I'm going to continue to release it,
Yeah.
and I don't really care what this audience thinks.
I
Now,
think we've seen that
if they
though.
were smart, they would listen. And maybe one of them is paying attention, and they're figuring out a way to make a pivot, right? And
Hmm.
maybe they need to follow your girl, Jackie, right? Like, hey, here's something for you, here's something for you, here's something for you. And I love that,
Yeah.
but I just think some of these.
Yeah, I think we've seen that within music. As you stated, we have a lot of artists who continue to release the same type of music, even though their audiences have said, "Hey, we would love to hear you switch up your flow. We would love to hear you talk more in depth about your, like experience or life or whatever." And we don't want to hear the same, like, "Oh, this is a bop for the club type music," right? So I think we have seen that. I think my hope when it comes to content, as you shared, that I've said before, the with the pendulum swinging, I see that we've gone so far to one side with everything being influencer, influencer. I want to be an influencer, content creation. I want to get really rich, make all of this money really, really fast. I think one thing we have to also think about is how attention is a drag. And yes, it may have gotten
Hmm.
them to that spot. And it's like, and now they can't relinquish what that looks like. If they create different
Hold
content.
on, baby. Not to cut you off, and I do apologize.
Okay.
But what did we talk about last week?
What
There's
what
people
did we talk about
there's
last week?
there's
Because I
people
forget.
there's people that watch the content just to hate.
Yes, people hate watch
And
all the
that and
time.
that would and that honestly might be enough.
I don't.
That
I
might be enough,
and
because if you know that your videos can be put on these reaction videos on YouTube, or if people can stitch it and do whatever they want, or just garner some sort of discourse on social media, like,
yeah.
right, like, can you see blah 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 blah, that's enough for them.
The thing is though, it's almost, but it's like if that's enough for you, it's almost as bad as going into a job you absolutely cannot stand. Because if you're willing to
Well,
continue to make
y-
content
yeah.
that you absolutely cannot stand making for the sake of keeping the attention,
Okay.
right? Then it's almost as you might as well go get a 9 to 5. And we know everybody love to hate on the 9 to 5ers, but guess what? It still pays the
Do
bills.
you think that they don't like the content they make?
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying that I don't think that they don't like the content that they make. I think that when we're talking about the creators who feel like they've been pigeonholed, right? They're too
Mm,
scared to make the shift
right. Okay.
into something else
Okay.
or begin
Okay.
to expand
Okay.
because they feel like, oh, I have your content straitjacket. Because they feel like they have been put into this space and they have to keep making that type of content. And I don't think that that's the case. I believe that you can continue to make the type of content. Actually, one of the creators that I watch, Sophie Soet, I believe is her name, she does luxury content, right? And I enjoy watching luxury content.
Is that the woman
It's a
overseas?
yes,
Okay.
and so I enjoy watching her content. However, she did make a pivot. She created a new channel. She still creates luxury content
Mhm.
for the girlies who want to see it. However, she also has another channel where she talks more about. She does more vlogs. She does more showing like day to day things because it made her. She said I was getting really burnt out on luxury content. So yes, you can. And the people who wanted to see that, she's grown that channel, right? And
Mhm.
the people who wanted to see that went over to be more intimate with Sophie in that channel,
Right.
right? Because Sophie said, you know what? I enjoy luxury. Also, I'm getting really tired of this subject and I want to expand my horizon. But you can't be,
Interesting.
because if you keep doing that, you're
Interesting.
no different than any other person who hates what they're doing every single day.
Mhm.
You're basically a slave to your to content
Right.
for the name of content. You're just creating stuff. And people make pivots all the time, but I think that they want that attention so bad
Yes.
that they're like, oh no, because then my views are gonna drop and blah blah.
You see
And
the
now
comment section. Yeah. It's a
it's
lot.
become your bread and butter. And I think that that's why it's so important that we talked about having hobbies. I think we talked about that last week, but
Mhm.
it's so important for you as a person to be very secure in who you are, in the things that you enjoy doing, and to lean into those things and to not make any one thing your sole whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hoping that as we transition into 2026 with the way that the economy is going that we will see more people come back home in a sense, quotes on come back home, but come back to a space that isn't the far extreme
Yeah.
of super wealth, super influency, super, by whatever. And we'll see them start to come back to the other end and start digging into those hobbies that they do have, the normal every day to day relatability things that maybe were the catalyst to their success or whatnot, the cooking recipes, we'll see more of that type of more wholesome content start to come back into the fold because it has gone so far one way. It has to come back because everything is it's cyclical, so I'm really hoping that in this next year the economy is starting to, it's been shaky for a little bit, but I think with the prices of everything, inflation, blah, 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 it's gotten to a real like it's gotten to like the pot is shaking, the top is boiling. You know what I'm saying? Like people are tired. They're like one more and it's gonna blow. So it's like I feel like we're hopefully gonna start to see a decrease in that type of content and an increase in more of that more wholesome, feel
I
good.
wonder what role we play. as consumers
Mhm.
of this content, right? Like I'm not saying that we, but like the American people, because a lot of people have like these like they like to live vicariously through these individuals.
Mhm.
So that group, right?
Mhm.
It seems like they have no problem with it. So that also can be some, and maybe I'm not sure what it's going to take, right? Because I believe it's unhealthy. I think everybody believes that, right? Like me personally, I don't live vicariously through anybody. I don't have like this parasocial relationship with
I
celebrities
do.
or
I'm not gonna act like
influencers.
I don't. I don't. They're not
With
people.
who?
I don't think that any. We all. I have a parasocial relationship to Evelyn from the internet. It's my internet cousin. I don't care. I
Okay.
think that it's the level by which you choose to have. Like, there's a difference between being a fan, because I believe a fan would still have a parasocial relationship with their artist in some sense, right? Versus being a stan, where you act like you live in this woman's house. I think that there's levels to parasocial, and people fall in love with their creators all the time. That's how they get platformed in the beginning. Is because, oh, I love the banter. Oh, I love the conversation. Oh, I love the topics that they talk about. We even if the connection is very small, there are certain creators that we like to watch on YouTube because we just like them. I like the way they talk about things. I like the way they outline it. If his video comes up, I
Would you
trust him
would
as a
you would
creator.
you defend them in any way? Let's say like they did something completely. That's what I'm really getting at. I don't think how you feel about Evelyn is like if she did something wrong, I don't think you'd be shouting like, "Oh no, you don't understand." Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You like I don't think that.
Actually,
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that you'll defend her to the moon. It's just I believe that a lot of these people out here that they enjoy the type of content that is being presented. They want to see more of it because of the situation that they're probably in,
and they want to live
and they
vicariously.
want to live vicariously through that content creator, and
Hmm.
so they want more of it, right? Just to it's an escape, right? It's like okay,
Hmm.
I can watch it, I can escape, I can see this, and just kind of continue to dream, which is fine, right? But also, I would love for people to be a little more grounded in reality.
I think that, though, you have to think about how, like, as they're maybe moving through, oh, I want to live vicariously through them. I think what we're seeing is that people are getting to a point where it's so far it's so far out of the realm of possibilities that it almost makes them upset. So I feel
Some
like
people
that
don't feel that.
Substack
Yeah.
I feel like the subsect of people who maybe loved it is shrinking, because reality is getting closer and closer, and it's not it's so beyond realistic
Right.
that it's you can't you it's hard to live vicariously at this point,
Right.
because it's like you just bought a brand new G-Wagon and a $3 million house. Girl, I can't, like, it's really far. It would be different versus you telling me that you just went and bought some, I don't know, $38 foundation. Okay, it's a little expensive,
You just
but
bought
I can
you
still,
just bought new cleats for your son.
yeah, like I can still relate a little bit. Like, no, I don't spend $40 on foundation. However, it's not so far out of the realm. But now you're bringing me,
That doesn't sound too expensive. How much is foundation?
you can get some drugstore foundation for like $10.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, but then if you bring me, some type of like that, but there's foundations that are $200, I'm sure.
Okay.
More luxury brands. It's like,
Right.
okay, so now we're getting into that. It's like, okay, it's not, maybe if I want to splurge, I can get this. But now you're bringing me $3,000 foundation. It's like, what?
You got to go to Korea for that.
What I'm, like,
Japan, yeah.
we're out of the realm of
Yeah.
possibilities at this point. And now I don't even want to watch it anymore. And I think that's what's happened, is that it started here, moved slowly, and now we're all the way over here. And so it's just not. And I don't have another word. I think it's just not. And I think that subsect of people is starting to go back the other way. Like, okay, this has gotten outrageous. Now you're just playing in
I
my
guess I
face.
guess what I'm trying to say is that I believe, right, just as much as they would love the hate watchers, right, because
Hmm.
they'll appreciate that of, hey, you're still providing
Any
some
engagement is some
traffic
engagement.
to right, and I don't believe that all publicity is good publicity. I don't believe that. But do you
I do.
really? Well, I don't want to get too extreme here, but
I'm
I
not
was going to throw
saying,
some
but
examples out and be like,
well,
well,
I
how
wouldn't
about
say good
this?
publicity. I wouldn't say all publicity is good publicity. I would say all publicity is publicity. So whether that's a positive or negative
How
outcome,
you look at it.
yeah, whether it's positive or negative, but all publicity is definitely publicity.
And the ones that stand these content creators, right? Like I think that is enough for them. And so in turn, they know that they're going to be there next year
Hmm.
regardless.
Oh yeah, the stands. You'll
So
always have that group.
yeah, I mean I just think it's I mean the only way that the way that this content will be able to make a pivot is if they shut down TikTok. 'Cause otherwise y'all getting these 30-second videos, boy, and it's gonna be the exact same thing. Like me personally, I don't like indulging my content like that. Like give me something different. Switch it up. Right? Like I don't watch the sports stuff anymore,
Hmm.
right? Because it's not that I know enough about it. It's just the commentary gets so bland after a while,
Yeah.
and so it's I mean, I just feel for the people who still need that, like
Mm.
they still need that kind of content to not so much feel good, but they enjoy it, they whatever. But for me, it's just like I need something with more substance,
Yeah.
and hopefully we receive that in 26.
Okay, I can.
Content with more substance, right?
Yeah, more substance.
I was talking with a guy at work, and he's definitely the content that he watches or listens to. Like I'm like, "Bro, why are you watching that, right?" Like, and he would ask me what some podcasts I listen to, so I
Hmm.
provide him, right? Or like he would just ask about the YouTube or the music that I listen to as well. And just recently he got me some books. Now
Oh,
he didn't get me some books. He got me a book, right? We
okay.
exchanged a book.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like he brought the book over Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And then
So,
I took it, yeah, and then I brought him back one.
hmm.
So anyways, the the guy is now because he was just like, going forward, I want to I want to watch content, listen to content with more substance.
Hmm.
And so I was actually like applauded, because you got to think if if you're so used to watching like some dumbed down, I don't want to say ridiculous, but if
Just
it
a dumbed down version of
you know,
information.
but he was surprised about the stuff that I was doing and
Hmm.
listening to and reading and stuff like that. So um to see that pivot, I was just like, oh yeah, man, there was like I got a bunch of books for you,
What
and
book did you give him? What did you show
Devon Franklin, Produced by Faith.
him? Okay.
Yeah, he's a religious guy, so I had some books for him, for us to exchange. And I can't wait to see him next week to ask him about it, just to see if he tapped into it. But overall, like that's what I want to see. Like
Yeah.
let's get because we just watched a woman renovate a $1 house.
Yeah, that'll never happen anymore.
However,
We're never gonna find that
that kind
$1
of
house.
content, I believe,
Just say you
I
want to
what
watch HGTV.
what
We can watch plenty of content
I
like
don't
that.
mind that.
I
I
love
don't mind that.
HGTV.
I don't mind that.
I think it's a great thing. I think for me, I think that's. I mean, yeah, I would agree that I want substance. I think as we swing back to this other side, that is what I'm saying within wholesome. I feel as though wholesome content naturally has more substance because you have to go if it's a hobby, if it's your family, if it's there's just more there.
Yeah.
There's just more there that feels deeper because it is something that relates to people on a human level
Yeah.
when it is more wholesome,
Right.
right? Versus shopping, shopping, shopping. Like, yes, we all shop, but I would rather see your grocery haul than to see, than to see
Oh,
a new handbag or whatever.
so would you say something if it was all organic stuff?
Well, I would say something if it was all organic because personally, that's not for me. However, how you
All organic,
transform that
organic
organic
snacks,
meal,
right?
I would love to see what you make,
Yeah, that would be cool.
right? It's like, and that just in itself feels better. It feels more substantive. Y'all know the word I'm trying to use, but it feels that way versus going and buying a bunch of items you got off Temu or TikTok shop, right? And speaking of TikTok, we think it's gonna be banned.
Didn't they just buy it? I could have sworn that we just bought it.
What did that come out?
I think like last week.
Oh, I didn't see the article.
I think we just bought it. Like
They bought
I
it.
think I don't know. I don't know. I just heard it through the grapevine, right?
Okay, let me check the
I
grapevine.
didn't look into it, but I think it was already a done deal, you know, so
No, I know they talked about. They said we are in the works of a deal, but
yeah,
no deal had happened. I feel like we already knew that this was going to be a thing,
they're
and this was a
probably
whole.
waiting on one more signature.
I feel like this was all just a big ploy to get people in an uproar. Conspiracy
No,
theory, tin hat
I
tingling.
think I think it's this very serious thing. I don't know if they wanted a foreign country to like really be in control of something like that, right? Especially if because it came blew up, right? And so when you have 300 million Americans tuning in to this app or like spending hours on this app a day, like you don't want that.
No, I need to look into the terms of the deal because I need to
You get what I'm
know.
saying? Like so yeah,
I hear what you're
I
saying.
think they wanted to control it their way.
Also, we have Facebook. I don't need to say anything else.
But
I've
Facebook,
said all
that's
that
an
I need.
American
I
company,
don't
right?
give a damn. Facebook is just as treacherous. So I don't like, do not, that's one thing that this government will not do to me is make me think that y'all care.
Gaslight.
It will not happen. And I hate to be,
It's better in our hands.
I will hate to be a pessimist, but you cannot brainwash me into thinking that this country really just gives a damn like that. Absolutely not. I hope it's in the wrong. Sure. You just want to be the one pulling the strings is all that is. I don't
Absolutely.
think that it was as detrimental as they were trying to make it seem. Number one and number
Uh,
two,
I don't
I
know.
don't I want to see the terms of the deal. I want to know how they're supposedly splitting this algorithm. If it is going to be a new algorithm, if they're going to have like, I think it was something at first about maybe franchising it in some type of way or like buying, like being able to use the rights. I don't know for sure. And that could be complete speculation and something that I heard through the grapevine. Allegedly, I don't know.
Where's the
But
article?
I'm just saying. However, I do want to see the terms of the deal because I truly do feel as though this whole thing was just, I think it was a marketing ploy, honestly. That's all that I think that it was a big marketing ploy
Partially.
for,
Partially.
you know,
I think there was a
POTUS
moment
and everyone
I
else.
think there was a moment where they were very concerned about
Ah, sure,
security. Yeah, I think
sure.
there was a moment there. Maybe it was brief. I don't know. Maybe it still is. But
Maybe it was PR.
partially, yeah, I believe that there was something there.
I think that is comical, and I'm glad that we can have differing opinions
Mhm.
and be okay with that. So I but yeah, I do think that was something like just that was put out there. Oh, it's gonna go away in 75 days and blah 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 blah. Go dark, scare them a little bit, come back. Oh, we reached a deal. Ah, TikTok is saved. Miss me. Miss me with it
Wasn't it
all.
supposed to shut down last year? Like in well, not last year, my goodness, but in January last
Something like that.
earlier
I
this
don't
year.
know. It's just so strange that miraculously this huge ordeal just came to a head and we put a button on it and we've heard very little talk about TikTok since the shutdown. That's all I'm saying. It just seems very ironic to me. So okay, here we are, 2026, TikTok still intact, stronger than ever before,
You're right.
you
Yeah.
know, okay. Don't hurt the creators because he's POTUS is gonna save the creators. He saved TikTok, guys. Never forget that. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But I'm done with my tin hat tingling on that. In the words of my girl, Lovely T, I'm done with it. I'm done
Shout out to Lovely T.
with my tingling hat because that's all it's giving to me. But moving on,
Yes.
uh, before we get out of here,
Okay.
let's talk about the wrap up for 2025 on music.
Hmm.
Do you have a wrap up? Do
Yes,
you
I
get one?
do. I do. I think it would be best if we share the playlist.
I
But
mean, I can share the playlist, but
I'm talking about the links and like the description. We could share the playlist that way versus like going through all 30 songs that I have.
I mean, we can share the playlist, but I still like can I please get like can you please tell me like your top excuse me, your top artist? I would be interested to know your top
Oh, okay.
artist.
So you want to see what Apple determines.
Yes,
Okay.
I want to see your wrap
My
up. Like
wrap
let's
up
not act
should
like
be
the girls
okay.
don't be in a tizzy over the Spotify wrap up.
Okay, okay. So
So what
my
is
top 5 songs.
artist?
Okay, so all right, go you go ahead. Let me get this together.
Okay, so my top 25 artists, I'm going to do top 5. I have The Weeknd coming in strong, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Weeknd fan for life. Heard that he was dropping the name The Weeknd and going with Abel, not mad at it. Okay, Abel, show us what you got.
Wasn't this trilogy? Like I think what hold on, it was this last album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and it was like 2 albums prior to that. Like this was supposed to be like his way of
Introducing himself.
give yeah, like I don't know, killing the character, which is the
Okay.
weekend.
I did not look deep
That's what
into
I
it.
heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
But yes, The Weeknd I heard through the grapevine is now going to be Abel, and so I love that for him.
Nice.
Number 2 on my list, top artist of 2025 was Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
When G and X dropped, I wore it out. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Third artist of 2025 was Cardi B because when she dropped, I ain't gonna lie, I wore it out. Okay.
Hmm.
Number 4, Black Odyssey, been wearing them out.
They came up pretty quickly.
Been wearing them out. They came up very quick.
You found them in November.
No, I've listened to Black Odyssey though in the past. Like I've listened to their past albums. They dropped a new album though.
Okay.
So then I wore that out. And then Miss Lauren Hill, she's just always in rotation.
Hmm.
And yeah, her acoustic what am I saying? Acoustic. the
Her like
unplugged. The
unplugged.
unplugged album is just so deep. It's one of those ones that you got to go back to just so you can get your mind right again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you having a hard day? Up, let me unplug Lauren Hill. Up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to work on my nerve? Let me go back to unplug so she can remind me that folks really try and play in your face.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I feel like that's very accurate for my top 5.
My top 5, the first 2 are similar. The Weeknd, Kendrick, same order.
Okay, so okay,
The third one is Drake.
interesting.
The why is that interesting?
I don't know. He had such a terrible year, and I love that you're still on
No,
his side.
no.
A lot of people switch sides.
It's his back catalog that gets a lot of
Oh,
play.
okay.
You know,
Uh huh.
West.
So specifically, I'm sorry. Can I ask you specifically what songs from the back catalog of Drake have you been?
Oh well, actually, I take that back because he's in my top 12 top songs of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
He has a song that was on the Party Next Door album, "Die Trying," that has 55 plays.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Number 4 was West Side Gun. He released 3 albums this year.
Okay.
All right, so 3 albums, and I think like a little small EP at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been giving us a lot of content.
You sent me quite a few songs from him this year.
Griselda,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you wear out Griselda.
Number 5 is Pusha T. Yeah, Pusha T. Well, it should really be the Clips, but it's
They're
Pusha T.
lying. Oh, okay.
No, it's Pusha T.
Okay.
Oh.
Cute. Okay.
And what's your 5 albums this year?
Top five albums. Let me see. Let me go to.
The
Okay, this is
playtime
top
between
artists.
the top 3 and
Yeah, they're
four
literally
and
the same.
five. No, like it's such a big dip. Like you
Oh,
would think I've only played 3 albums this year.
hold on, cause let me see.
Oh, well, let me tell you. So GNX, right? GNX is number one, 797 minutes.
Wow.
Hurry Up Tomorrow, 739 minutes.
Okay.
Let God Sort 'Em Out, Clips, 711 minutes.
Okay.
Some Sexy Songs for You, number four,
That is a terrible name. I'm sorry.
301 minutes.
Wow.
That drop
You
is
dropped
crazy.
crazy on that.
Trilogy is in my five,
Uh huh.
241 minutes.
They don't give me the minutes, but I do have Hurry Up Tomorrow. Mine basically looks like my top five artists.
Okay.
So Hurry Up Tomorrow, GNX, Am I the Drama, and then
Hmm.
Unplugged, Lauren Hill, and Mood Control, which was the new album from
Black
Black
Odyssey.
Odyssey. So literally mine is pretty consistent. And I believe that consistency follows us into the top songs of 2025, except for I do have Sasha Keeble. She is my number one. And the song is Why. If you are music fans and looking for new artists, I just love this song so much. It's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, and then it just goes straight into GNX. It goes into literally all of the artists that I've shared, just every single song from them. But for the
Yeah.
year, I have 681 unique artists that I've listened to,
Oh, nice.
12.6K total minutes, 177 days with music in 2025. So, half the year, more than half the year of good music.
Nice.
I'm not mad at this wrap up. It said that um, my 2025 was a masterclass in sonic duality, where the weekend's
Mm,
nocturnal R&B groove meets Kendra's intricate lyrical fire, crafting a soundtrack as smooth as it was commanding.
nice. Wow. Shout out to Title.
Thank you for that
Wow.
title.
Wow. Wow.
So
They don't have,
that's my wrap up for
Apple
2025.
didn't give me anything
Oh,
like
they
that.
didn't give me. They didn't give me. Okay.
Wow. The
Okay.
whole description?
Yeah, they gave me a whole. And then I
Jeez.
have 4.1 streams, and my top streams were in R&B grooves, introspective lyricism, and vibrant R&B. So
Nice. Nice.
yeah, but I wish they did give me the minutes of like each of these albums because that would be so interesting.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's my 2025 wrap up.
Lovely.
Anything you're looking forward to in the new year?
Yes. I'm big. So very big on uh going into the new year with momentum,
Hmm.
right? So just small things, right? Just take not so much taking it day by day, but just making sure I get things in line, right? You bought a planner most recently.
Hmm.
So I think that'll be a good idea. I want to start journaling again.
Hmm.
You know, the books will definitely be there. Um, it's time to start working on those projects.
Yeah.
Start of the year, and as the weather changes, and we should see it in the next 3 weeks. Um, Make sure that we Tennessee weather the next 3 weeks. I thought you were going to catch it, but
No.
it's fine. But as the weather changes, right? Just staying intentional
Mm,
about you know um, the connections that you plan on making, the stuff that you're doing. Um, Definitely don't want to be lackadaisical or like
excuse me.
Big Daddy Kane said, no half stepping. So,
Okay.
that's really what it's about. I know, and as we continue to wrap up, I think 26 will be a great year to like nine. I mean, excuse me, nine is the number of completion, right?
Hmm.
So of course, if you
I thought it was 7.
no, if you do the math on 2025, that the number equals 9, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
with this number being 10, I'll have to look into that. I should have done that before we got
It'll
on.
reduce to 1. With the number being 2.
We'll just reduce 1. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good one. So it's, I guess, a new beginning. I
Yep.
don't know, maybe. So I think 2026 will be a great year.
What's your word for 2026?
What's the word
Do
for
you have a
26?
word for 2026? Is it intentional? What is your word for
No.
2026?
Um,
If you say the word that I'm thinking,
say it.
promise you.
Say it, and I'll
No,
let you know.
no, go ahead and say your word. I'm gonna say it to the camera.
Engagement.
Okay, cute.
No, I saw.
No,
That's
that's
what
not what I said.
you didn't say that.
No,
Oh, I don't know what you said. I would like.
exactly. I'm just saying, say whatever word you
Can you
have.
tell me?
No, why
Can you
would you
tell
tell
me?
you my word? I want you to have your own. If we have the
No, you
same
said.
word, it'll be crazy.
Oh, okay, okay. So you want to just? I'm thinking that you're still guessing what I'm saying. Oh,
No.
okay, okay, okay.
Do you have a word? Not everyone has a word for the year, but I do like to have a I do like to have a word going into the year, something to like pour like or focus my energy toward as like a theme for 2026.
Hmm. Maybe not a maybe not a word, but maybe a theme.
Okay.
I think the theme for me is no. I guess it would be a word. Elevation.
Okay.
I think elevation. Um,
Why elevation?
because I think within the next couple of weeks, as you know, especially well, really in the next couple of days, but in the next couple of weeks, just to simplify it, um, I am going to do a lot of personal work. You know,
Yeah.
simply because I don't know, I'm tired of saying it, but big on momentum going into the year.
Mhm.
So there's conversations that I'll have not only with you, um,
Ooh.
my folks, um, my siblings,
Mhm.
um, you know, my colleagues, you
Mhm.
know, just kind of, and my friends, right? And just, you
Yeah.
know, letting them know. It's not like I'm putting them on the spot, but it's
Hey, we going to the principal's office. You gotta
you
have
all follow
conversation.
me. No, no, it's really because I told you I was listening to a podcast and they answered a fan question
Mhm.
and they were like, "What is one thing that you're glad or what is like something that you cared about in 25 and didn't care about?" And then the dude said, "People and people."
Mhm.
You know, so spending this year, and maybe I did it subconsciously,
Mhm.
but spending this year just really crafting my family and well, the people that I wanted around me,
Mhm.
you know, um, really just continue to pour into them, but in an elevated way, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Like being I don't want to use the word intentional, but being more active in pouring into the relationships you have.
Yes,
Like doing
strengthening.
okay. Yeah.
That's the word.
Strengthening the
Strengthen,
relationships.
strengthen.
Yeah.
That's what it is because I feel like what we're doing here, and not just with this pod, with our our content that we're shooting.
Creating because no one is pulling up with the yeah, we just be recording stuff.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
we
know
ain't
what
shooting
you were
nothing.
doing.
That's supposed to be my like heavy duty camera. You know what I'm
You could
saying?
have done this, but you over
But I
here.
know they be having the
I was
whole
like,
they
is
be
she
having the whole
protesting?
they be having the whole shebang set up, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't doing no shooting over here, man.
That's
We got a phone
hilarious.
and we just be recording random
See,
stuff.
look, it took me a minute to get there, but strengthen is the word for
Okay.
26.
Okay.
Strengthen everything around me,
Yeah.
right? Finances,
Mhm.
uh, strengthen my relationships,
Mhm.
um, my relationship with you, mostly.
Yeah.
Elevating would be the or elevation would be like another word that I would use, but I'm only going to use one, and it's strengthen.
Maybe elevation is the result of strengthening.
Yeah, which is fine,
Yeah.
or that's fine. I'm with that. Um, and so it's just making sure because like I want to say when the decade turns,
Mhm.
it's not so much who knows where we'll be. I believe that we have an idea of what that looks like,
Yeah.
and the people that we've informed
Mhm.
about our plans and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
like at least have an idea about them.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be very important to because if we follow the fire method,
Mhm.
there's going to be some things that we're not going to be able to do all the time. Like maybe maybe we could do it our own way or
Mhm.
whatever, but um, just letting them know, right? D- like my mom's reaction about Thailand.
Mhm.
That's new for me,
Mhm.
you know. So just making sure that I go into 26 because I have a very clear picture of who is supposed to be around me
Mhm.
and who I want around
Mhm.
me, and yeah, and just everything that I need to be doing, everything that I am currently doing, strengthen.
Well, I would say my word, which is not the same as your word. So my word would be, but it's similar. I would say my word is progress.
Mm.
And so I have a lot of things that are in the fire that I'm working toward. And I think a theme for me or a word for me being progress is making active steps toward an end goal throughout this year, throughout end goals with an S throughout this year. And for me, it's very important that I focus on making progress in each of these areas. And so I think progress was a word that just stood out to me because I've kind of been on that path this last couple of months. But as I go into 2026 with your same idea of having momentum, it it comes down to really being consistent in the things that I'm doing to achieve progress or to make progress, right? And it's so even with it being progress, I know that there are steps that I want to outline. I have my agenda, as you shared. I have these large goals, and it well, not large goals, but goals generally. And so it'll really be making sure that I set up the milestones and mile markers to continue to make progress throughout the year to where I ultimately want to be come this time next year.
So
You
so
know,
so the planner is your way of keeping track of everything.
the planner, and the thing is that I had a planner last year, and it's difficult. It's not difficult, but it does take consistency of getting into the routine of using a
I
planner.
know exactly where you can put it.
I used the planner last year. However, I wanted to keep that theme going into 2026. I think 2025, this year was the first year that I actually picked up a planner and I actually wrote in the planner on a somewhat consistent basis. And it felt really good going through my checklist, going through, because how many times have we bought a planner, have we bought a journal, have we bought a notebook that we begin writing in and then we stop. And then
No,
we pick it up 3 months later and then we stop. And then right? And it's like very easy to do that. So I felt really good that I did go back to it. And so going into 2026, I want to use my planner even more, right? And I want to really build that into a daily habit, a daily way that I can go to something physical in this form, in this life that I can open up. It's not because we know that having things live in your mind doesn't help them come to fruition. And so for me, it is really the act of bringing these things that's in my mind into a physical form that I can write them down, that I can see them, that I can scratch them off, that I can put in the next step and really bring these ideas to life. And
Yeah.
so I think in doing that, I can make the progress that I want to make throughout the year. And I think that it because it is a long form goal, it that's why progress is the word. It's because it is a long form goal and it is continuous progress throughout the whole of 2026. You know, it's like,
Strengthen and progress.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say that
Yeah.
that would be mine.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fun. Fun. I think we should wrap up right there. I
Okay.
think we had a good episode. So excuse me. We're going to cut it right there. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you want to hang out with us a little bit more, you can catch us over on crembrule.com. That's KRIMBERLE.com, a play on Chris and Amber Creme Brulee. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.